also a form of Canaanite.
A question about those. Hey, brother Corner.
Yes, brother.
When you said Spaniards, does that include all of them as far as extending to either, what are they, Mexicans and Hispanics too, or?
Yes, that would include those two nations as well. I'm not so much talking about those who descend from the Native Americans, or I'm really primarily talking about those who descend from the Spanish conquistadors who came over here in the 1400s and in the 1600s and wiped out that indigenous population by way of disease and by way of biological warfare and by way of just doing downright shameful and dirty and murderous.
Brother,
you know, I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay,
and,
thank you very much. I got a question, man, because we got to get ready to go, but I definitely wanted you. It almost sounds fitting for you to be speaking on this, what you're speaking on right now, because the last topic that I wanted to bring up was judgment, and if it's anything that you know about that, you know, what information could you provide us with on the meaning of the word judgment and how it's used and who it's going to be used on, or whatever that case may be.
All right, so I'm going to actually go into the scripture and pull out the word judgment, or pull out the actual Hebrew word in accordance with how it's used in scripture. And let's see, gotta get this to come up. All right. Yeah, and pull this out here so we can find out what they mean, because my experience, especially when I'm talking about biblical things, people take it out of context and use the term judgment, and they really don't understand what that word is. And so the Hebrew word is strong H4941, and it's mishpat, and that is judgment, justice, ordinance, judgment, act of deciding a case, place, court, seat of judgment, process, procedure, litigation before judges, case, cause, presented for judgment, sentence, decision of judgment, execution of judgment. You know what I mean? So all these things have to do with carrying out a sentence. And so now, just because we have that, I think it's a good idea to also look at the English word judgment to find out why it was they felt that was the best word to translate it into. Let's just type. There we go. Judgment. All right, this is what it says here. Action of trying at law, trial, also capacity for making decisions. From judgment, legal judgment, diagnosis, the last judgment. So that right there, which is the last judgment, is major. And it says from judges, from late 13C, as penalty imposed by a court. Any authoritative decision, a verdict. Right, and then it also says sense of discernment. All right, now these are also like newer. Some of them are newer inclinations of the word, or implications of the word. But when it uses judgment in accordance with scriptures and in accordance with legal proceedings, judgment can only be carried out by one with authority, and judgment means they will do something physical to you or decide the final outcome of your case.
Now, that sounds like, what do you say to the people that thinks that sounds like the judges are the police and that gives them the right to do what they do?
According to this, they are they're completely out of order. They are not even so much as the prosecutor. Their function in it is merely an accusing party. That's it. They are an accusing party so that the prosecutor can then prosecute, or the prosecutor can then make their prosecution, and then the judge can then pass their sentence. So anytime we see police making a judgment, which is to bring death on someone, or to bring about physical injury or physical harm to someone, when there is no immediate need. Like, that person's not getting ready to really physically harm somebody else. You know what I mean? Because I do believe in stepping in, you know what I mean, whenever you see somebody about to be harmed. You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe in a person executing judgment when they don't have any such authority. And it's the same with the police. They have no such authority to execute judgment. It's not given to them. If there are judges, they should be wearing black robes, shouldn't they, or in accordance with their own law. You know, so according to their law, they are in fact out of pocket by even doing that. They're pretending to be judges by beating people with their billy club, by shooting people in the back. You know what I mean, and by murdering and sodomizing people. You know what I'm saying? They are attempting to be these judges.
By throwing people in jail.
It's not the case. I'm also going to go into the Greek and find out what the Greek word used in the New Testament was when they referred to judgment. And it's G1349, and this word is dike. Yeah, dike. All right, and it says custom, usage, right, just, a suit at law, a judicial hearing, judicial decision, sentence of condemnation, execution of a sentence, punishment, to suffer punishment, the goddess justice, avenging justice. You know what? Not to be out here putting any slurs out there, anything that might be used as a slur. This word dike or dike, this has to be where dike comes from, and it's because it says here at the bottom, the goddess justice. And so, I mean, think about it. We're trying to get what they think of as justice for women. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean to get off track, but it's just that kind of clicked to me just now.
Oh, man. No, man, that is pretty crazy right there. Yeah. Oh, man.
I mean, it's spelled the same way.
Yeah, this is...
It's spelled the same way, you know, in the Greek, as it is pretty much in the English. The only difference is they use an eta instead of an e, which could double as an H and an e, really. So it's dike. I'm going to look at the root word for that real quick. And it's diagnos. Or no, not diagnose. I'm sorry, diagnose. And that says to show, expose to the eyes, metaphor, to give evidence or proof of a thing, to show by words or teach. So I got to check the Thayer's lexicon for this one. This is going to be Jacinius did his lexicon for Hebrew.
Hey, bro. Speaking of Hebrew, do you mind me asking how many languages do you do your research in?
Right now, for the most part, my research is only done in 3 languages. That's English, Greek, and Hebrew. There's a few different kinds of Hebrew, but because of I'm pretty much restricted to whatever the books I'm reading is in, and predominantly those books are simply English, Greek, and Hebrew. I know 3 different forms of the Hebrew alphabet. But the characters they're different, and so all that really is it would be the same like for what it was for us to learn uppercase and lowercase for the English alphabet. It's no different in terms of trying to learn it for the Hebrew.
Oh, wow.
But there are some variations in some of it. In fact, what you'll find is it changes the pronunciation of quite a few words, because what you find by reading the ancient Hebrew is that Elohim is not Elohim, it's in fact Elohim. God's name is not pronounced Yahweh or Yahovah, as they say. That's called actually the tetragrammaton. It's not the name of God. God's name in the ancient Hebrew is pronounced Ahaya, Asher Ahaya, Ahaya, Asher Ahaya, Elohim. And but what they'll tell you the tetragrammaton is Yahovah, and even that they pronounce wrong. According to the ancient Hebrew, it should be pronounced Yahuwah. There's a number of small differences. There is no such thing as El Shaddai. That's in fact pronounced Allah Shaddai. So that gives you some idea in terms of thing that is that they worship in Nation of Islam, and in Islam, period, be it Sunni Islam or Shiite Islam or any other sect of Islam. You worship in what they call Islam, Allah, and you're bowing down to that Kaaba stone. You're bowing down to an entity called Allah Shanja, which means terrible demon-like power.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And
so I mean,
now, where did you gather that information up, brother? Just for anybody that's paying attention.
I got this information primarily from various websites that concern the ancient Paleo Hebrew alphabet. The pronunciation is different as you learn it. It's got some variations from the way you read modern Hebrew. But where I really get my information from is primarily from a site called www.blueletterbible.org. It's a free website. Anybody can use it. They have both the Hebrew and Greek concordances and lexicons on there. And it's free for usage, and they even also they compare it also with the root etymologies of each word, so you can go into some of the earliest known origins of any given word. And also you can do what they have is the Jacinius lexicon to help in terms of notes. If what you've seen in the definition wasn't enough and you may still need further understanding, you can check at the bottom of the page, which is the Jacinius lexicon, and they also have the Thayer's lexicon for the Greek.
Oh,
and,
man.
and that's pretty much the primary basis for all of my linguistic research.
Yes, sir. Brother, that is very, very helpful information, man. Man, I definitely appreciate this, man. I'm sure everybody else does too. Is there anything else that you want to maybe attach to all the things that you have mentioned? Is there a conclusion you want to make a little bit more clear, or anything before you cut out of here? Before we get...
Yes, actually. The word devil, that's another one that's often abused. The word devil is abused quite frequently. In the Old Testament, the devil is used to describe two things. One is a spiritual entity that can either materialize or not. So I guess in a sense it would be three things. One is angelic, the other